Alright, today we're going to work on something a little bit different. This is a 04 Silverado I purchased a few months ago. I have pretty much done nothing to it since I bought it. Just a little doodads here and there. 49,000 mile truck. But this is what we're going to fix today. And you can see she's a 49,000 mile truck, but this is the problem. No exhaust. She's loud. Alright, this is actually my first time being under the car, the truck. It has a 5.3. It's got some AFR 1510 heads on it. I'm not sure what has been done to the engine, but 1510 heads are not designed for a 5.3. It says you need a bigger bore, so I don't know if they've clearanced the block for the valve or what. Truck does seem to run really good. It's got long tubes on it, some Dynatech stainless. Goes into converters there, so that's good if someone wants it for smog. My goal is to sell this truck eventually. Just kind of play with it around for a little bit. Looks like pretty good exhaust on it. To be fair, I did cut the muffler off. It had a Flowmaster on it, but it was rotted out, and then it just had a dump straight back in this area. So I'm gonna make this exhaust nice. I hate selling junk because my name goes with the car, so I like to keep a good reputation. So I'm gonna try and make a nice stainless exhaust for this, and I want to go all the way out the back. The truck looks like it has a different transmission in it. It's still a 4L60, and then it's got a bright green little converter in there. So I'm not sure if that's a monster converter or what, but it seems to run really good. So I'm going to go ahead and start in on the exhaust. I'll show you the pieces I got here in just a second. Alright, here's what we got to work with today. I got a couple of J-bins there. Most bang for your buck there if you can get ones like that. Got a piece of straight 3-inch and kind of a budget stainless muffler from Summit Racing, Summit brand. And then I got 2 V-bands. I'll probably end up just needing one. Once you start working on your vehicles and you pull the exhaust on and off very often, you will never use anything but V-bands anymore. So I've kind of made the switch over to that a while back, and we'll probably never go back to a gasket style again. So let's see what we can do. Alright, put my V-band on the Y pipe right there. Got a few good tacks on it. Finish it welding it later in case something needs to move, so we'll just leave it like that. Now I got to locate my muffler and start working from there. Alright, I got my muffler placement where I want it sitting. It's plenty of ground clearance, and it's plenty far away from the frame and plenty away from the drive shaft. And luckily it's going to be a straight shot from there straight into the Y pipe. So that's what I'm going to make next. Alright, as you saw, I got those TIG welded up there, and then the V-band that went on the exhaust tube coming out, I welded it completely on the inside. I'll probably put a few tacks on the outside just for insurance, but the easy part is done. Now it's on to go up and over the axle. Alright, we're making a little bit of headway here. It's nice if you have a helper, which I did. You can cut your pipe about the angle you need and then hold another piece of pipe up there and get everything where you want it. And then have them take a magic marker and just draw a line straight across, pull it back down. You can tack it back together, which is exactly what we did there. And then up here you'll mark how far in you want it in the muffler. And then when you get ready, you can pull this whole thing down and weld it together. I hopefully can get this thing down in one piece and not have to put another clamp in it, but we'll see. And next step we're going to work on is exiting out up there. So I'm going to cut this off in the flat area here so I can extend it well past the rear end over here, and then we'll come down, exit out somewhere down on that side of the bed. Alright, I ended up putting another V-band clamp right there at the end of the muffler. Just made life easier to get things out and weld them. Got the part over the top of the axle done pretty good. Got one weld done there, got to finish welding that there. And then we got to get this finished out, exit out somewhere over on the side of the bed. There's a view there of what we got. So it's coming along pretty good. Got it tucked up high and tight to the bed. Alright, that's how I ended up running the tip on the thing. Sometimes doing the exhaust work, when you get to the final part, you can't really decide what you want to do, so you just go with something, because sometimes you like it to look like factory, sometimes you want it to look custom. Kind of tried and went with more of the factory look on this, the 3-inch. I still got to do, I got that all welded up there. That's still got to get welded right there. And now we're working on the hangers. Alright, I'm putting factory GM hangers on it. So right now we're working on getting the, I cut off some hangers at the junkyard and we stuck them in there, and now we're figuring out where they need to be wrapped around the pipe, and then I'll weld them to the pipe. And same way up here. This will have to be extended over, obviously. And then up here, that one there will be pretty easy. We'll just wrap it around that pipe and then weld it. Alright, here's how we're getting the exhaust hangers bent around the pipe the way we want them. I tack welded them onto this scrap pipe, and then he's going to heat it up and bend it over. There we go. Now we'll cut it off and be ready to weld on our tube. Alright, there's all the exhaust welded up in 2 pieces. Got all my hangers welded on, come out real nice. Bent them around so they'd kind of fit the pipe better in some places. And just got to hang it on now, and I'll show you what it looks like. All the V-bands have been welded inside. There's no outside weld around the V-band. A little bit cleaner job there. Did tack a couple of them on the outside and grind them down a little bit, but eventually all this pipe will turn the kind of bronzeous color that stainless does. So I'm not even going to grind any welds down on this deal because they come out pretty good. So on to putting it on. Alright, there it is, all put in. Got the V-bands tightened down. Everything's welded up. They're up and over the axle. Got clearance on the shock, which I possibly may relocate, I'm not sure. And then it goes up pretty high, a little bit higher than the frame. Goes up higher than the frame. Then we got another clamp right there. And then goes out the side right there. So I'll fire it up here and show you what it sounds like. Alright, here's the finished product. If you can not pay attention to the birds for a minute. Got my new roll pan on and the trailer hitch hidden back there as well. I need to get a different license plate frame for it so it'll fold down. And there's the end of the exhaust. Come out real good and it sounds really good. I'll let you hear it here in just a second. Alright, I got my dad in there and he's going to go ahead and fire it up. You can hear it. Sounds pretty good. There it is, nice idle sound. Sounds real good inside the truck. Next step is to get it tuned. Alright, that's going to do it for this quick little update. Hopefully you got some tips or tricks out of this. It's just something I was doing anyway, so I thought I'd do a quick blog on it. Things you don't have to do that I did. You don't have to have a TIG welder to weld stainless. You can use stainless wire or even mild steel. But the mild steel will rust where you weld it. If you use stainless wire, it's no big deal. Just weld it up like normal on a MIG gun. You won't have a problem. In fact, on my red S10, that's how we built the headers. We used stainless wire on a MIG gun with regular 75-25 gas. Everything worked out on that truck, and it's holding together just fine. You don't have to use stainless either if you don't want to, but if you do a good job and you want it to last a long time, you really need to use stainless. And I think you'll find that if you use V-bands, that they're really the way to go on an exhaust system. They seal up great. And then serviceability of your vehicle versus those big band clamps a lot of people use. Those things, the pipes seize into each other and they're hard to get in and out and lined up back right. V-band is just so much better. But anyways, hope you learned something. Thanks for watching, and as always, please like and subscribe.